Very good morning to 12th standard students of St. John's. In chapter 7, we are at increasing and decreasing function concepts, which is shortly termed as monotonicity, which was seen in the last class. And we did problems on maximum and minimum and at which interval the given function is maximum or increasing, or at which interval the given function is decreasing, and all we have seen through problems. Continuing with that same model problems, we will see in this class also. Problem number 46. Find the intervals of monotonicities and find the local extremum for f of x equal to e power x by 1 minus e power x. I have already told you that monotonicity means increasing and decreasing. So talking about the increasing and decreasing property of the function is called monotonicity. Local extremum means local maximum and local minimum. Those together combinedly called as local extremum. So we need to find the monotonicity as well as local extremum for this function. How we start with the given function is f of x. So first differentiate it one time. F of x becomes f dash of x, right? Which method we have to differentiate means u by v method. So using u by v method. What is u by v method formula? V into u dash minus u into v dash divided by v square. So this is the formula of differentiate. How to differentiate u by v means this is the formula, right? So numerator is taken as u, denominator is taken as v into u dash minus u into v dash by v square. So applying this formula, we are writing this. Now f dash of x is equal to, bring this e power x inside the bracket. So you will get e power x into 1 e power x. E power x into e power x means minus e power 2x. Multiplying these two, minus into minus becomes plus. Again, if you multiply these two, e power 2x by denominator. This and this gets cancelled. So what remains is e power x in the numerator divided by 1 minus e power x the whole square. Now if I see this, I can easily able to say one thing, that is denominator. If I see there is square present, right? In denominator square is present, therefore denominator must be positive. Even if this is negative, no problem, square will make it positive. So clearly denominator is positive. And also if you see the numerator, e power x is always greater than 0. We should know this. E power 0, 1. E power 1, some 2 point something. E power 2, square of that. E power 3, cube of that. So e power any number, we are going to get only positive value. Even if it is a negative number. E power minus 1 is written as 1 by e, which is 1 by 2 point something. Anyhow, it is going to be positive. So e power x is always positive for all x. So numerator is also positive, denominator is also positive, means this division cannot be negative. So this entire thing must be greater than 0 for all values of x. Whatever the value of x may be, this entire thing will be greater than 0. Try to understand why I am telling that. Numerator is positive, denominator has square, so definitely it is also positive. So the entire term f dash of x will be always positive, greater than 0. What is the meaning of it? The function f of x is strictly increasing function for all x. The function will not decrease, because f dash of x is always positive, means the function f of x is strictly increasing function. So it cannot go to decreasing function at any interval throughout the domain, that is throughout all values for x. In fact, to tell properly, throughout minus infinity to plus infinity, the curve is only increasing. So we cannot find out local extremum, because find the intervals of monotonicities. The answer is the function is strictly increasing for all the values of x. The next question is find the local extremum. There is no local extremum because the function is only increasing. If at all there is a decreasing, if it decreases at some interval, then we can find local extremum. Since only it is increasing, we cannot find local extremum for the given function f of x, because local maximum, local minimum, when it will come, when the function is turning to positive to negative or negative to positive. But here there is no chance of getting like that, because only increasing. Try to understand. So there is no local maximum or local minimum for this function. We'll go for the next sum. Question number 47. Find the intervals of monotonicities. Again the same kind of question. And find the local extremum for f of x equal to sin x cos x plus 5. X belongs to the interval, open interval 0, 2 pi. Again same type of problem. We need to find two things. Intervals of monotonicities, that is the first question. Find the local extremum is the second question. This is the function given. So f of x is the question given to us. Usually what we will do after this, we will differentiate one time. But here, before differentiating, we are simplifying this function. F of x is equal to, first we are multiplying and dividing by 2. So sin x cos x plus 5 is there. What we did here, we just multiplied the sin x cos x with 2 and divided it by 2. 2 will get cancelled, so you will get the same function here. So what we did, multiply and divide by 2. Why we are doing like this means to apply the trigonometric formula. Sin 2a, 2 sin a cos a. This is the formula we know, well known formula. Sin 2a is equal to 2 sin a cos a. Now if after multiplying and dividing by 2, if you see this, this is of the form 2 sin a cos a. So it is of this format. So 1 by 2, 2 sin a cos a, or 2 sin x cos x can be written as sin 2x using this formula, and then this plus 5. This division 2 is here. So this alone becomes what? Sin 2x. Now before differentiating, we simplified f of x and we got into this form. Now we are differentiating. F dash of x is equal to sin 2x, differentiation is 2 cos 2x, and this 2 will remain as it is, and differentiation of this constant will become 0. Sin 2x, what is the answer? Differentiation answer 2 cos 2x. Okay. Now f dash of x is equal to 2 gets cancelled, only cos 2x comes. So this is the value for what? F dash of x. What is the next step? Equate f dash of x to 0. Yes or no? Equating the first derivative to 0. So cos 2x equal to 0 implies this 2x can be either 90 degree or 270 degree or 450 degree. So these are all the possible, in fact 7 pi by 2, even I can write 9 pi by 2, 11 pi by 2 and all, like it keeps on going. But when I divide this 2 to, when I take this 2 to other side, it becomes x is equal to pi by 4. 2 goes here, it becomes 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, 7 pi by 4. Even it keeps on going. 9 pi by 4 will come. But 9 pi by 4, if you see the value, it becomes 9 into 45. It exceeds 360 degree. The given interval for us is only 0 to 2 pi. So keeping in mind that the interval is 0 to 2 pi, we are taking only the 4 values, because if I take 9 pi by 2, 9 pi by 4 will come here, that will not present inside this interval. Try to understand why we are stopped with 4 answers. In fact, if I put 2x in place of 2x, if I put pi by 2, the answer will be 0. If I put 3 pi by 2, answer will be 0. 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11 pi, everything will become 0. But only we are taking 4 because only these 4 will lie within the given interval 0 to 2 pi. So these are all called critical numbers. These 4 values are called what? Critical numbers. After getting the critical number, we should draw the number line. In number line, the given interval is marked 0 and another side is 2 pi, and all these 4 values will come between them. So after drawing this interval, this number line is split into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intervals. First interval, second, third, fourth and fifth interval. So immediately we are framing the table. Interval, first derivative value, that is cos 2x. Monotonicity, the meaning is whether it is increasing or decreasing, we will say here. What is the first interval? 0 to pi by 4. So that is what written here. If I take any value and substitute here, for example, this is 0 to 45. Pi by 4 means 45. In between 30 degrees there. If I put 30 in place of x, 2 into 30 will become 60. Cos 60, the answer is what? 1 by 2, which is a positive number. So we need to just verify the symbol, that's all. If it is positive, we will say the function is strictly increasing in this interval. Strictly increasing. Take the next interval, pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. Within this, take one value and substitute and see whether it is positive or negative. You will get negative answer. So strictly decreasing. Third interval, substitute one value here. If you substitute and see, you will be getting positive answer. So strictly increasing. Like that we have to do. 5 pi to 7 pi by 4. Put one value in this x place. See the value which will be negative. So strictly decreasing. 7 pi by 4 to 2 pi. Take one value from here and substitute. You will get positive answer. You can check by yourself whether you are getting it correct or not. Definitely you will get positive answer. So strictly increasing. So this table is nothing but the answer for the first question. Find the intervals of monotonicities. This is the answer. These are the intervals of monotonicity. So at these intervals the function will increase. At this interval the function will be strictly decreasing. Next, what we have to find? Local extremum. Now you just see this. The function f dash of x changes from positive to negative. So what is the meaning? Positive to negative means local maximum. Negative to positive, local minimum. Positive to negative, local maximum. Negative to positive, local minimum. So like that. Positive to negative, local maximum. At which point it attains that? See the common point between these two intervals, pi by 4. So the function f dash of x changes from positive to negative at the point pi by 4. So it attains local maximum at the point pi by 4. Similarly, I am going to write it for everything. See what I said, I have written here. F dash of x changes from positive to negative at the point x equal to pi by 4. Positive to negative means local maximum. So f of x, understand the difference. This is f dash of x. What is this? F of x. F of x attains local maximum at this point x equal to pi by 4. We want to find local maximum value, which means we need to substitute this value in the function. So f of pi by 4 we need to find. That will give us local maximum value. F of pi by 4 means what is f of x? Sin x cos x. So sin pi by 4 1 by root 2, cos pi by 4 1 by root 2 plus 5. This is 1 by 2 plus 5, 11 by 2. This is what? Local maximum value. But from the table, again I am writing f of x changes from negative to positive at which point? 3 pi by 4. So negative to positive means f attains local minimum at this point. So local minimum value means substitute this in the function f of 3 pi by 4. What is the function? We will take the another format, sin 2x by 2 plus 5. Sin 2x by 2 plus 5. Simplify and find out the answer. So 9 by 2 is the local minimum value. Go for the table. From the table I am writing this. F dash of x changes from again positive to negative at this point. So positive to negative means local maximum at this point. Local maximum value means substitute this in the function. Simplify and get the result as 11 by 2. Same way, from the table f dash of x changes from negative to positive again at this point. So negative to positive means local minimum will be there at this point. So local minimum value means substitute this in the function and get the value as 9 by 2. So 9 by 2, if you see local maximum value is 11 by 2. Here also it is what? 11 by 2. Local minimum value is 9 by 2. There also it is 9 by 2. So this is the answer for what? Find the local extremum. So these are all the answers for finding local extremum. So again, once again I shortly explained. How to find intervals of monotonicity and local extremum? Function will be given. We have to differentiate it one time, equate it to 0, get some values. Those values are called critical numbers. Draw the number line and mark the critical numbers. You will get intervals. Form the table containing what? Intervals, f dash of x, monotonicity. What symbol f dash of x gets in that interval? Positive means strictly increasing, negative means strictly decreasing. So that is called finding intervals of monotonicities. Then local extremum, using the same table, find out whether f dash of x changes from positive to negative or negative to positive. Positive to negative means local maximum, negative to positive means local minimum. If you want to find we need to find local maximum value, means at which point the sign change occurs. Substitute that point in the function. That will give you local maximum value. Same way, at which point the function changes from negative to positive. Substitute that value in the function. Substitute that point in the function. You will get local minimum value. So these are the concepts. If you see for the last 3 or 4 problems, we did the same method. So try to understand what is intervals of monotonicity and local extremum. So these are all very important 5-mark problems. As I always say, you should practice these problems. We'll go for the next concept. Applications of second derivative. The next heading is applications of second derivative, under which we are going to see concavity, convexity and points of inflection. Concavity, convexity and points of inflection. We will try to explain the concept called concavity, convexity through the diagram and points of inflection. So you just imagine that this is a curve. The curve is drawn here. Now if you see the first portion, that is this, the tangent drawn at each point lies above the curve. Yes or no? At various points I have drawn the tangent, but the tangent lies above the curve and the curve lies below the tangent. If you see the first part up to this point, that curve lies below the tangent line. Then such case we will say the curve is concave downward. If the curve lies below the tangent, it is called concave downward. And if you see the second portion, now the tangent drawn lies above, the tangent lies below and the curve lies above the tangent. Here the curve lies below the tangent, so it is called concave downward. Here the curve lies above the tangent, that is called concave upward. Hope you will understand this. What is mean by concavity, convexity? Concavity, convexity means talking about concave upward and concave downward. What is concave downward? If the curve lies below the tangent line, it is called concave downward. If the curve lies above the tangent line, the curve should be above, then it is called concave upward. Another thing, concave downward can be also called as convex upward. Don't get confused, or otherwise keep one thing in your mind, that is enough. Concave upward can be called as convex downward. So both are same, concave downward or otherwise convex upward. You just keep this in your mind. If the curve lies below the tangent, concave downward. If the curve lies above the tangent, concave upward. Then you can easily remember the other name. So this is nothing but by just seeing the diagram, we can say it is what type of concavity. Next we will see test of concavity. How to we cannot always have the diagram and talk about concavity and convexity. How to test it in a theoretically, that is what is given here. If the second derivative f double dash of x is positive, if the second derivative is positive on an interval I, open interval I, then we will call the function is concave upward on that particular interval. This is for the theory part. If an equation is given and we are asked to check whether it is concave upward or downward, by then we cannot have the diagram, right? So with equation, if we want to talk about concavity, then we will use these conditions. We will try to find out second derivative. If it is positive, we will say the f of x is concave upward. Once again, you have to listen carefully. F double dash of x should be positive. Second derivative should be positive. Which one is concave upward? Function f of x. F of x is concave upward. Suppose if double derivative is negative, second derivative is negative, then we will call the function as concave downward. So these are the conditions theoretically. Note, the points where the graph of the function changes from concave upward to concave downward or concave downward to concave upward are called the points of inflection. So even if you see this diagram, I have made a point here. So this point is called point of inflection because till this point the curve is concave downward, and after this point the curve changes to concave upward. So at which point the curve changes from concave downward to concave upward, that point is called point of inflection. I repeat, the point at which the curve changes from concave downward to concave upward or concave upward to concave downward, that point is called as point of inflection. Now you read the note now. The points where the graph of the function changes from concave upward to concave downward or concave downward to concave upward, that points are called points of inflection. So try to understand everything. So based on this, we will see few problems now. Problem number 48. Find the intervals of concavity and points of inflection for the function f of x equal to this x into x minus 4 whole power 3. Now for the past 3 to 4 problems, we saw the question in the same type. What was the question? Find the intervals of monotonicity and find also the local extremum for the function. That was the previous type of problems that we have seen. But here the question is find the intervals of concavity. There monotonicity, here it is concavity, and points of inflection. You always should remember monotonicity and local extremum can be find out using first derivative. If we differentiate one time, that is enough to talk about monotonicity and local extremum. Whenever concavity is given, intervals of concavity and points of inflection means second derivative we have to apply. So keep that in your mind. That is the difference between the previous and this one. Okay, now we will see the method of doing this problem. And you know very well there is no definition or there is no procedure given for solving the problem before. Directly I am going to explain it through the problem. So understand, listen carefully, so that even in the next few problems we are going to see the same kind. Again, we have to find out intervals of concavity and then points of inflection. The curve is this. So we are starting with the curve f of x equal to x into a minus b whole cube formula. Using that formula, expand it and find out the answer. If you don't know the formula, I will be writing the formula alone here. A minus b whole cube. Can you repeat by yourself what is the formula? Before I am writing, can you say by yourself? Yes, a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. This is the formula for what? A minus b whole cube. So using that formula here, we are getting this a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b cube. Actually this is x, not x square. This is only x. So bringing x inside the brackets, you will be getting this. So this f of x is simplified and written like this. Now we are differentiating first time. X power 4 becomes 4x cube. 3 joins with 12 becomes 36x square. 2 with 48, 96x. X differentiation is 1, so minus 64. So this is first derivative. Concavity means immediately you go for the second differentiation. Monotonicity means we will do this and we will put equal to 0 and start to find a critical number, right? But concavity means after finding first derivative, immediately go for the second derivative, f double dash of x. 3 comes with 4, 12x square, 2 with 36, minus 72x, x differentiation is 1, so plus 96, constant differentiation is 0, so it will not come. So this is what f double dash of x. Then put f double dash of x equal to 0. Again, don't get confused with monotonicity. Monotonicity means we will only find out first derivative. We will put first derivative as 0 and try to find out critical numbers. Concavity, second derivative equal to 0 implies this equal to 0. 12 is common, take out. 12 is common, so take it out. Remaining is this, right? X square minus 6x plus 8. So 12 cannot be 0, so definitely this must be 0. Factorizing x minus 4, x minus 2 equal to 0. From that we are getting two values for x. One is 4, another one is 2. Now draw the number line. No interval will be given here, so minus infinity to plus infinity, and the two numbers that we got should be plotted in this number line, 2, 4. Almost it looks in a similar fashion as we did in monotonicity. What is the difference? There first derivative equal to 0, here second derivative equal to 0. Then draw the number line, then form the table. Interval, here f double dash of x. What is f double dash of x? We found out this is actually f double dash of x, but we have simplified it and brought it in this format, 12 into this quadratic equation. This quadratic equation can be written like this. So I can say f double dash of x is 12 into x minus 4, x minus 2, which is nothing but this. So 12 into x minus 4, x minus 2, this is f double dash of x. Here it is concavity. What we have to do is see the interval, first interval, minus infinity to 2. Take one number from this interval and substitute in place of x and verify the symbol. Suppose for example, definitely 1 will be present in this interval, right? Because before 2, 1 comes. So 1 if you substitute, first bracket is negative, second bracket is also negative. So negative into negative, positive. Positive means concave upward. Second interval, 2 to 4. Take one number from this interval. For example, 3. Substitute 3 here, negative. 3 here, positive. So negative, positive means negative. Concave downward. Go for the next interval, 4 to infinity. Take one number, 5. First bracket, positive. Second bracket, positive. So positive into positive, positive. Concave upward. Hope you would have understood this. Again, I am going to explain it from the beginning. F of x will be given to us. So we simplified f of x and got this. Differentiate first time. Immediately differentiate second time. Put f double dash of x equal to 0. So this will be equal to 0 and get two values. And simplify and get the values. Two values we are getting. Using that, draw the number line. Form the table. Table contains 3 columns. One is interval, f double dash of x, concavity. 3 intervals we got here. So we have written 3 interval. One number from each interval should be substituted in f double dash of x, and we will check only for the symbols. If positive answer comes, concave upward. Negative answer comes, concave downward. So this is the concept. So first thing is over. Find the intervals of concavity. These are the intervals of concavity. Find the points of inflection. What is meant by point of inflection? The point at which the function changes from concave upward to concave downward. So if you see this, concave upward to concave downward, it changes. At which point it changes? The common point is 2. So the points of inflections are, see the common, at the point 2, the concavity changes. So 2 should be substituted in the given function. So 2 comma f of 2. This is one point of inflection, and again the curve changes from concave downward to concave upward. At which point? 4. At the point 4, the concavity changes. So next another point of inflection is also here, 4 comma f of 4. So 2 comma f of 2, 4 comma f of 4 are the 2 points of inflection. F of 2 means what I have to do? Substitute 2 in f of x. Actually f of x is this x power 4. If I substitute 2, I will be getting the value as minus 16. Similarly, I need to find what? F of 4 I have to find, right? So similarly, f of 4 is found out like this. See the simplifications, and the final answer is 0. So finally we are writing the answer as the points of inflection are, when I put 2, function value is minus 16. So 2 comma minus 16. When we put 4, the function value is 0. So 4 comma 0. These are the 2 points of inflections for this function. Hope you will understand how to find intervals of concavity and points of inflection. We will go for the next sum in the next video. So continuation video, don't forget to see the continuation video.